What's on fire there?
I don't know, coming forward, all upstairs, I don't know.
It's what, sorry?
It's all upstairs, look.
Right, I can't understand what you're saying.
It's all upstairs. I don't know, I can find the kids upstairs.
Right, what is it that's on fire?
I don't know, I don't know.
What, is it the house or what?
The house, on the house.
Right, are you inside the house?
Yeah, the kids upstairs.
Right, can get out of the house and get everybody out?
I'll get the kid out.
Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue Service respond to emergency calls 24 hours a day. Not just fires, they're also responsible for water rescue, emergency fast response, and freeing casualties from road traffic collisions.
The main danger for us are the spent needles.
This chemical is potentially lethal.
It's property. Front bedroom of the house. Is it a house fire? Yeah.
When it's a house fire, the lads put on their breathing apparatus in the back of the pump so they can start attacking the blaze the minute they get there. A single mum lives in the upstairs flat. The fire started in her bedroom. 2 teams go in, one to fight the fire, the other to check that no one's been trapped inside. The fire only started 10 minutes ago, but upstairs the firefighters can't see a thing through the smoke. Young mum Kerry was in bed when the fire started, but she managed to escape. As part of their investigation, White Watch need to find out who was in the house.
Can you tell me who's, because not all these children are yours, are they? It's
Three of them are mine.
3 of them are yours, so it's Sadie.
No,
yeah?
Charlie's a sister.
So this is your sister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 3 are mine.
Leah, Adam and Tia are all yours?
Yeah.
Right, that's brilliant.
Martin! Yeah? Has it hit the roof yet? I think it's still going, you know, but look, it's still smoking. I'm looking for it. Can't see.
Inside, the fire in the bedroom's out, but the lads think it may have spread up to the roof. Fires can smoulder under loft insulation and then reignite hours later. Every inch of the loft must be checked to make sure it doesn't flare up again. The temperature up here could be more than 500 degrees centigrade. Where the fire started is obvious. How is less clear.
Right, this is the scene of the fire. The fire's happened in this room. The family's safe outside. They've been looked at by the trauma technicians and everybody's happy. The BA men have been inside here with the hose reel. They put the fire out. We've got ventilation going on downstairs that you can hear, so we're clearing out all the hot air and gases. At the moment, the cause could be anything at all, so we've got an open mind on the cause.
Eyewitness accounts are often the best way of working out what happened. This is the first time Kerry has seen her bedroom since the fire started, half an hour ago.
And that was a Moses basket, was it? It was all made out of like reeds and stuff, was it?
Yeah.
So that burned quite easily, was it?
Yeah. I've just seen it go up, so I've seen if we can get water, but there's no way.
You're okay, are you?
Yeah, I'm just shocked, actually. Yeah. Oh, there's a fire in the end, the smoke alarm, and that's when I ran.
So you're going to take your time with the kids now, get them sorted out. But stay local so I can talk to you.
Right, we can have it out now, yeah?
Right, we'll dig it out, yeah.
After talking to her 8-year-old sister, Kerry now has her suspicions about how the fire may have started.
My sister just told me now that she's found the matches and that she's been lighting them, and then she ran downstairs and the room went on fire. Me and my daughter was asleep in bed because we wasn't well. Then she's woke up, then I've woke up seeing the Moses basket on fire. So I grabbed me and my daughter and ran out.
Right guys, just a general tidy up if you don't mind, and that's it, we're done.
One 8-year-old and a box of matches left lying around, and just 2 hours later, a family is homeless. Red Watch are turning out to a chemical spill in a factory. They have no idea what substances are involved, but do know there is at least one casualty.
Right. There's nobody else in the property.
No, we've got everybody out.
So everyone's out.
Yeah.
So there's only one casualty, nobody else. We got about a pint-sized bottle puffing off brown smoke, which is under that box there.
Right.
Bringing the bottle out of the factory and into the open has increased the risk of contaminating the neighbourhood.
The other side here.
You're getting a real nasty whiff of it over there. You know,
We are.
You know, where we taped off
Right.
by that street there.
Yes.
You can really smell it.
Can you? Well, it's in that container there. Right, so let's get the pumps out and round onto that side, okay, of the street over there.
Quick identification of what's in the bottle is vital. One of the factory workers thinks he knows what it is.
Our gut feeling is that it's bromide.
If it's bromide, it's bad news.
This chemical is potentially lethal. It won't kill you there and then, but it will after a while.
Get everybody out of here now. Just want you to go onto the other side of that barrier over there now.
Until the chemical is positively identified, the hospital won't admit the casualty who's waiting in the ambulance.
Found a broken bottle, couldn't stay down there because the fumes were too strong. Picked it up, took it outside, and my eyes had started stinging, so then I put it down and just basically told my supervisor sorted everything out for me.
The firefighters have to wait too.
Until we actually find out what it is, we can't go in, so we've got to see if we need CP suits or if it's just going to be BA at the moment.
He said he saw it like brown puffs of vapour coming off the broken bottle.
Okay. Right.
On arrival, the technical support team confirmed that because of the casualty's symptoms, the firefighters must wear chemical protection suits to collect samples of the liquid for analysis. They will be able to confirm within seconds if it is bromide. They have a gas alarm calibrated to activate if it comes into contact with bromide vapor. The alarm hasn't gone off, so bromide's off the list. But whatever it is, it's potentially harmful, and they still need a sample for testing. In the chemical support vehicle, tests are underway to find out what it is. Now they know it's not bromide, it's a process of elimination, and the technicians are close to getting a result.
Bromine will cross-react, so if it's an oxidizing substance, it'll go black. So that's a positive reaction. That's consistent with bromine.
This is good news. Exposure to bromine is unpleasant, but unlike bromide, not life-threatening.
Yeah, I'm happy to go in now. I'll come back in.
The all clear is announced, and the workers can get back to their jobs.
Take those.
This false alarm tied up 4 fire crews, 6 police officers, 2 ambulances, shut down the factory for 3 hours, cordoned off 6 streets, and cost more than £40,000.
Reported incident, ambulance en route, local in Rush Home. So
serious stuff.
Was it on fire?
No, it's not. It's stopped now, but there's a gas. Sorry, it's not on fire anymore.
It's only taken Red Watch 4.5 minutes to arrive, but the fire's already out. The 85-year-old woman who lives here alone tried to fight it herself, and despite being able to walk to the ambulance, is in need of urgent medical attention. Even though the fire was out when they arrived, Red Watch must investigate how it started. The 85-year-old is their main concern, and an eyewitness account could be invaluable.
You see a shoe on fire?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Do you see any other clothing on fire?
No.
No, okay. And was she breathing okay?
Yeah, she was actually standing in the kitchen when I came in.
And it was still on fire when she stood there? Right, okay.
So I think she was having a go at putting it out herself.
Her neighbour saw the smoke and rushed round with a fire extinguisher to put the fire out. Though it didn't burn for long, it's caused major damage. Firefighters are all too aware that old people exposed to smoke inhalation are very vulnerable.
You can tell by her face that she's taken a lot of smoke in. She's also set fire to her slipper, so she's going to have burns on her feet. Due to her age and the fragility of her, we could very well be looking at a fatal incident, so we don't want to move anything yet.
We need to find a phone book in there, Martin, please, and look for a number for Sarah. And we'll give her a
daughter.
The daughter, yeah. We'll give her a ring.
Because of their fears for the old lady, contacting her next of kin is a priority.
We've got a last name. Begin with P. Silver.
Inside, the neighbour is talking Alan through what happened.
That was the slipper shed on when I come in.
Right, is that? Could you just leave it down there where you found it? If it does turn out to be a fatal incident, then obviously there's going to be a major investigation, and they'll want everything leaving exactly as it is.
By trying to deal with the fire herself, the old lady made the situation much worse.
You can see here, it's quite a simple cooker fire, and because the lady has now put herself at great risk by trying to take the fire outside, so she's burnt herself and the rest of the house on the back door by taking the thing that was on fire outside. Whereas obviously the advice we give everybody is to shut the door on the fire, get out of the house, call us, and we'll sort it out.
Getting immediate medical help and going to hospital quickly will greatly increase the old lady's chances.
She's not far off from the hospital, so she'll be taken to hospital. She'll be in the best possible place.
On the second shift, drug den danger.
The main danger for us are the spent needles.
So you just got to be careful you don't get one in your napper.
Everything happens for a reason.
These are two-dimensional representations of a multi-dimensional graph actually plotted in 72 dimensions.
Well, just simplify it, okay? Just put it in layman's terms.
Data, lots of it.
Numbers never lie.
You don't really care about the equation. Why don't you do that and I'll do the dishes? How's that?
A different kind of cop show.
Something bothering you? You got no idea the daily horrors my job serves up to me.
When the evidence doesn't add up, the FBI call this guy. This guy solves crime with numbers. Wednesdays at 10 on 5 US.
If a car isn't taxed, is it insured? If a car isn't taxed, does it have an MOT? If a car isn't taxed, is it safe? If your car isn't taxed, the penalty could be more than you bargained for.
Alex is a primordial dwarf, one of only 100 in the entire world. So little is known about his condition that his family has traveled to America to meet others like him, and to see if Alex will ever live a full life. Extraordinary People, The Tiniest Boy in Britain, 9 o'clock tonight, on 5.
Broughton Blues have been called out to their second car fire in 40 minutes.
First 2 car fires tonight. I love car fires, yeah.
The burning car is more than half a mile from the road. It may have been dumped there on purpose to make it more difficult for the firefighters. The only upside is it's so remote the kids who stole and torched it won't have hung around to attack them.
If they don't dump them here, they're just going to dump them somewhere else, but it's better for us if we can actually get at them and we can put them out. Is there any more on that, Ash?
Not yet, you have to wait.
This car is on open land, so it can't just be left to burn out, as it might start a major grassland fire, which could last for days. The empty hose weighs more than 140 pounds, and it's taken Baz 10 minutes to reach the car.
They never blow up like you see in the TV films.
They may not explode, but modern cars are a combustible cocktail of chemicals, compounds, and electrics.
Magnesium. You get magnesium on fire, you put water on it and that's how it reacts.
Magnesium is used in alloy wheels and engine blocks. It's highly flammable and reacts violently with water, creating a scalding, vaporized cloud of UV light. Each car fire has a cost to society of more than £5,000, making the annual total in Manchester more than 18 million. More than 90% of these car fires are started deliberately by bored kids looking for kicks. Accidental fires caused by vagrants are just another part of the job for Manchester Fire and Rescue Service. A neighbour saw smoke coming from the derelict building and called 999.
There's a few dossers over in this derelict building here. They've just been having a bit of a powwow, probably smoking a few spliffs and burning bits of rubbish.
Al, got a couple of homeless lads here.
What, have you been burning rubbish?
Yeah, it's where we're just sitting there. It's like a barbecue thing.
Right. Is it out now?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
All right.
Sorry about that, yeah?
Despite being assured that the fire is out, Alan goes in with another firefighter to check the building is safe. Inside there's no fire, but the place is filthy and has obviously been used as a doss house. There are used syringes and needles everywhere.
There's hundreds of them in here. They've obviously been taking drugs in here. They've got a mattress here. They've got a bit of a den. They've set fire to the chair there already. It only takes, you know, that thing to fall over, one of them to knock it over, set fire to the carpet. The next thing you know, they could be asleep on that and the mattress could go up underneath them. They're obviously emptying the fire into this. You can see where they've emptied the fire before. It's full of flammables.
Rubber bands, methadone, silver foil, credit cards and spoons, a classic drug-taking paraphernalia.
But the main danger for us are the spent needles, obviously. You're walking about, there's no light in the building. It's quite possible we could have put our hands on any of these needles and God knows what sort of diseases these people are carrying. I mean, I don't know who the people are, but they're obviously somebody's sons and daughters. There's a huge potential for it to end in tragedy.
There are more than 12,000 registered drug users in Greater Manchester, and dens like this are a regular hazard for the firefighters.
I don't like going in places like that. I mean, it's more dangerous than going in a fire most of the time. At least with a fire, you know what you're getting with air. Needles, it can be anywhere. Stand on and touch them on a wall, anything. You never know what you're going to get with a building like that.
I think it's that plume there.
Broughton Reds have got another car fire to deal with, but this time there are more than 300 ablaze in a scrapyard.
Yeah, it's going pretty well if that's what you mean. It's all scrap cars. A lot of the banging and that you can hear some of the tyres that are going off.
With so much fire concentrated in a small area, the crews are working in extreme conditions in temperatures of up to 1,000 degrees centigrade.
It's Amy receiving.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Obviously, you don't want to get too close to it. You don't want to get burnt, you don't want to get hurt. Obviously, with the cars going like they are, you are going to get bits popping and banging and bits flying out. So you just got to be careful that you don't get one in your napper.
The fire's so big, the surrounding roads have been closed off and traffic diverted away.
We've got the hose going across the road, and we've got engines on either side of the road, so it's a bit easier. If the police close, it makes it a job easier for us.
With half the cars alight, the priority is to stop the blaze spreading, and extra water is being pumped to the firefighters.
Get down here, Johnny, back. Not that line back, John.
The base pump now has 7 wide-gauge jets attached, which each deliver water at a rate of 1,000 litres a minute. Each wide gauge needs 2 firefighters to handle it. The weight and pressure of water make them impossible for one firefighter to control.
The lads have now got to get in between the cars. It's the only way they're going to put the fires out fully. So they've got to be very careful because you don't know how stable these cars are on top of each other. So it's quite hazardous, but it's a job that's got to be done, and we're not doing too bad at it. Well, we're at a stage now that the bulk of the firefighting's done. There's only small seats of fire, so it's been reduced down to 2 fire engines. Obviously there's going to be 2 crews here throughout the night and possibly most of the day tomorrow. We've been here, I think, about 3 hours now. The thing is, you're that busy, you don't realise how quick the time goes. No sooner you've got here and let you look at your watch and you've been here 2 or 3 hours.
How tired do you feel?
Not too bad. I could do with a cup of tea though, and a slice of cake.
On the next watch.
What's this in back of here? It's not a cash machine, is it? I think it is, yeah.
At the moment, she's not sure where the baby is. We can't start disturbing her until we're satisfied that we know where the baby is.
Get me out! Grab the lady! Grab it! Come on, Eileen! Grab it!
Vicky Butler-Henderson is giving another emergency service a run for their money, testing racing against a police car. It's Fifth Gear, next on 5.